Good morning, everyone. It's Pastor Tim Hammye, First Assembly of God in Burlington, Kansas. It is the 7th of June, and if you're watching this on Facebook, there is an email address that is attached to the description here, and here's the sole purpose. I need you to do me a favor. If you watch this, you've been inspired by the morning devotions. I had the privilege of being interviewed by a Pentecostal evangel. If you are part of the Assemblies of God, you'll understand what Pentecostal Evangel is. It's our publication for the Assemblies of God, and they interviewed me because I do these devotions, and they call them podcasts. And so if you do me a favor, if this has ever inspired you or ever encouraged you, and you would help me out, they're looking for a few people to write how these devotions have inspired you, so they can get this in publication. And so they interviewed me. An individual already wrote a small snippet of how these had inspired them. If you do me a favor, go ahead and email that individual as well. I'd really appreciate it. So please take some time and just go ahead and email him. I would really appreciate it. So take some time and do that for me. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It was an honor to be interviewed and to be looked at as doing this. I enjoy doing this Monday through Thursday anyways. So, all right, so here, let's deal with this verse this morning. Hebrews 10:36 in the New Living Translation. Check this out. It's something that we don't really always enjoy. It says, patience endures is what you need now, so that you will continue to do God's will. Then you will receive all that He has promised. Patience is not one thing that we always woohoo about, right? Patience is not something that we will scream about. Patience is not something we as human beings shout out loud from the rooftop about. But it says at the very beginning, it says patience is what? Patience, endurance is what you need now. As many of you know, as I'm a cyclist, and so one thing I don't like is hills, but how you get over a hill on a bicycle is patience. We call it walking the hill, not getting off the bike and walking the hill, but sometimes I need to do that, but it's one crink at a time, one process at a time, and if the hill's really tall, you get it in the lowest gear, and you just kind of one time at a it's patience. And when you get to the top, you get to go down pretty fast. I remember I climbed this hill one time in a race, in one of the rides or race, whatever you want to call it, and I got to the very top, and I got there, and I was pretty excited, and I got down to the other side. I got to the top, and I looked down. It was this awesome hill, and I bombed that hill, and I got up to 40 miles per hour going down that hill. It was exciting, it was exhilarating, but I had to get up that hill. And see, if I didn't walk that hill per se, that patience that I needed to get through that, I would not have enjoyed that other part, right? But see, sometimes in life we just need to have that patience. And see, in life, we need to have that patience to do God's will. God calls you to do something. We want to do it right now. But sometimes you need to just wait on God's perfect timing. See, God's timing is always perfect. God's timing is right. And I was called in the ministry when I was 4 years old. And I'm thinking, God, you called me to be a pastor at 4 years old. But I knew that I wasn't ready, so I had to be patient. And maybe God's calling you to do something, but He's saying, just wait for that perfect time. And it says this, then you will receive all that He has promised. And God has really showed me that sometimes waiting in His presence, waiting on His timing, waiting in His process, waiting is a good thing. a couple things that can come out of that is, number one, you're maturing, your ability to wait, that whole thing, and better things can come out of that for yourself. And so just remember that. So as we conclude this, I want you to remember, get out your notebook. This is a Bible study. Write out this verse. It's Hebrews 10:36. It says, patient endurance is what you need now, so that you will continue to do God's will. Then you will receive all that he has promised. Write that verse out. Put an O, observe it. A, apply it to your life. P, pray. And we'll pray in just a second. But I want to encourage you that if you live in Coffee County, Burlington, Kansas, I would like to invite you to church this Sunday. We're in the Imagine series, and this Sunday I'm talking about Imagine Forgiveness, and such a powerful word, that word forgiveness, and how we all could use a little bit more forgiveness. And so I just want to encourage you to come and join us at 10:30 on Sunday morning, corner of 9th and Yuba, Burlington, Kansas, 416 South 9th. If you need an address to GPS yourself into Burlington, come and join us for a service. God's got some good plans. Also want to encourage you, on Father's Day, we'll be showing the movie at 7 o'clock at night. I Can Only Imagine. We got the licensing for it, so we're pretty excited about that. So God bless you. Let me pray for you. But please don't forget about that email that's in the comment section. To if this has ever encouraged you, just write that man and just tell him how this has encouraged you, lift you up. It would really help me out, so we can get this his article into publication. So let me pray for you today. Lord, I thank you so much. I pray that you bless every single person that's watching now and those which will watch later. I pray that you just bless them, Lord. I pray in your name. Amen. Have an awesome day. Love you guys. Remember, this is the last devotional for this week, because tomorrow's my day off, and I'll see you hopefully Sunday. But if I don't see you Sunday, I'll see you next Monday. God bless you. Have a great weekend.